Like, I can already feel like you guys are gonna like do cool stuff.
Into the motive.
Just being good to one another.
Yeah.
You guys are doing a good thing here.
The people at the top collaborate, and the people that are at the bottom compete.
Yeah, it resulted in me shooting him.
I was charged with 109 and a 50.
Ultimately, you'll get to where you want to go if you push yourself enough.
I genuinely love this conversation.
I love the Motive Podcast.
Welcome back to the Motive Podcast. I'm your host, Leo Kosach. Alongside me, guys, Kyle Cohen. He's off to college. Kyle, hope you're doing well, buddy. But joining us today, special guest on the podcast, a Philly golf influencer amassing over 200,000 followers, former Miss Philadelphia, former TV anchor turned producer and content creator. Guys, please welcome to the podcast, Francesca Ruscio.
Wow, that was impressive.
Was that great?
That was actually
We nailed it first try.
Great job.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
So, I mean, you just got off of playing Penn Oaks.
Isn't that amazing?
Walk us through that.
I just got like literally straight off the course, so I apologize if I smell like cigar smoke or sweat. No,
great.
The weather was great today. The course was in fantastic shape. I know they're doing some maintenance in the front nine, but we did pretty well. Shot a 77 from the yellow tees. Not
awesome.
bad. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on. I'm gonna do not DND.
While you're doing
Nobody
that-
text me.
Penn Oaks. What did we just finish on?
Loved it. We shot 77, got the full experience. And it's funny, me posting my content videos, the people that I played golf with, one of them is a member, and I know them from like way back in the day. We had the same golf coach when I was 15. I'm now 32. And they're in their late 30s, early 40s, but they were like, oh my God, you're making these videos. These are funny. Be kind to Penn Oaks. Like, there was a lot of jokes about that.
Okay.
But yeah, we linked up. And I think that's so cool about the game of golf. A lot of the times, everything comes like full circle.
Yeah.
Whether you wanted to or not. It's just a communal sport like
Right.
that.
Yeah. So you grew up in Bucks County. Walk us through early life, growing up, family, just growing up in general. Yeah, we want the whole story. Let's start. Let's go. We got to go through it.
Bucks County native. I am one of three. My mom was born in Italy, so I'm first Italian American, like first generation Italian American.
Right on.
I played golf at Central Bucks East.
Okay.
So I graduated 2011. At the time, even before 2011, they did not have a women's golf team. That was kind of like unheard of for a public school.
Okay.
2010, we finally had 4 girls. That was enough to make one team.
Right.
And the
okay.
4 of us, it was fall of 2010, and then going into it was the fall of 2010 season. The 4 of us, we competed against every public private school in the state of PA, and just the 4 of us, we won.
Wow.
Now we didn't have a 5th girl, so let's just say like, you get rid of the worst score and then you go off of the 4 best scores. That's the team score. We only had each other for that whole entire experience. Suburban 1, districts, regional, states. So we are the 2010 PIAA team state champions.
Wow.
And that was quite an experience for Central Bucks East High School. It's a public school.
Yeah.
So we recently just got inducted into the Hall of Fame, which was
Wow.
incredible. But yeah, a great experience. And then, funny enough, my coach was also Italian too. Like all of my coaches were Italian. But I basically learned the game of golf from my father.
Okay.
His name is Pasquale, of course. Like 100% Italian. Love him. But I mainly did it when I was little to spend time with him on the course. And then the thing was, come and play. We were playing at Spring Mill. Come play at Spring Mill on the range, and then we'll go get ice cream. We'll keep going go get ice cream. That was his tactic. It was freaking ice cream, and it worked.
Genius.
It worked. So from there, we just started to build a set. I was maybe 12 at the time, and I loved it. I just fell in love with the game there.
Yeah. Are you still in touch with that group of 3 other girls on that team at all, or like did they go on to play anywhere else?
I think we all did go on to play college golf. Where they went to play and what they did, I don't know the extent of it, but it was pretty cool how we all came together to celebrate our achievement and to get inducted into our high school Hall of Fame. And that's a sports school. Yeah. It's a sports high school, like
that's cool.
Very sports heavy.
Yeah.
And our home course was Lookaway.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
how old are you? You're 18.
Yeah.
I'm a 17-year-old student at Central Bucks East. You do your classes, and then you drive across the street to play Lookaway every Monday, and I play these other other schools. That was my life as a 17-year-old.
Yeah.
How lucky am I?
It's awesome. It's awesome.
Isn't that amazing?
It's super. That's
and
super
I didn't
amazing.
realize it at the time.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Never do. Yeah. And then I think, all right, we can get back into golf, but like you're
Yes.
also very obviously involved with media, entertainment, everything under the sun. Was that something that like arose in high school? Were you very into that, like production, like acting, anything like that in high school?
Wow. Okay. I definitely did a lot of the school plays in middle school and high school, but
Okay.
I would say I definitely was really heavy into the media classes at Central Bucks East. And I thought, okay, I wanted to do news. So journalism was my love, storytelling, the arc of storytelling. That was my love. And I enjoyed that. But I didn't really think as a 17-year-old that I wanted to pursue that heavily and actually have that be my major in college. And I think that's a lot of pressure that they put on us as 17, 18-year-olds to just know what you want to do. Like, hey, I want to be a general surgeon. Nobody knows.
Right. Yeah.
Why do they push they put okay, when I was in high school, like you had to go to college. I praise all the people that chose to do a gap year.
I wish that's what I was doing right now.
You're at
Just
Westchester,
saying,
right?
the first 3 days of school have been making me regret some. No, I'm joking.
No,
Well, whatever. We got to give it some time. But.
You're doing great. But I guess when I turned 18, then I decided I did Towson my freshman year.
Okay.
I actually enrolled in journalism courses. And then I thought, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to be a journalist. Let's make this happen. I was sold on the Towson University golf program as well as the journalism program. However, deep down, I knew I always wanted to go to Temple. They, at the time, in my eyes, that was an incredible journalism program, but they didn't have a golf program. So I did Division I for 1 year. It wasn't for me. And I was kind of bummed that I did not enjoy that experience. And mainly because if you're waking up every morning and I'm starting to look at my golf clubs with pure disgust,
Yeah.
it was just too much. It was a lot. And also I couldn't really focus on getting the grades that I wanted to. And I couldn't be the student that I always like wanted for myself in
Right.
college. So I was like, I have to pick one or the other.
Yeah.
So I went ahead, kind of put that chapter behind me. And then I just pursued journalism, went to Temple, transferred to Temple. And then the rest is just history.
Yeah, I feel like that happens so much. Like I feel like I heard a statistic the other week, especially with like woman Division
Right.
I athletes, like about that. Like it's like overkill a lot of the times. Like there's so much of it. Like I kind of feel the same way at times. But I mean, it's like anything. It's like any passion turned job. Like you don't want to destroy your passion and your hobby to make it a job.
Oh my God. Yes.
I'm not gonna say I'm worried about that happening. I'm not, because
It was a lot.
you got to do what you got to do. But yeah, it's definitely a factor.
If I can remember, our home course was a course called Hillendale, and we would wake up and do our we would work out in the morning from like 5 o'clock. We had to wake up, show up to their school gym at the athletic lobby by like 5:30. You do an hour and a half of a workout. You would come back. Obviously, I didn't want to like smell disgusting and sit in whatever I worked out in class. So then I would do my classes and be on the course and practice for 3 hours from 1 to 4. And then you would come back and do any like PM classes from like 5 to 8. That's a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah, it's crazy.
5 days a week.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
a lot.
Mm-hmm. Without a doubt.
So I thought I have to be a part-time student with this. And mind you, I loved the game. Like I loved it. Being a state champ with my team and then segueing into that college golf experience, I wanted that so badly. That was my dream. I physically and mentally just could not keep up with it. And I applaud anybody with the ambition and who has the strength and the endurance to do that.
Right.
I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
It wasn't for me.
Yeah. Where is Towson?
Towson's in Maryland.
Okay.
Yes, it's done in Maryland. Oh yeah.
Okay. So where does the pageants fall into this timeline? Because I don't want to mess that up. Is that going into college? Is that in
crazy.
college?
No, I never did pageants growing up.
Okay.
Never thought to do a pageant.
Okay.
It was never on my radar. However, scholarship, when you're a student transferring, transitioning, whatever, into God knows whatever, scholarship is always on your mind. So I did have that scholarship going into Towson. Obviously, when I transferred, that scholarship no longer applied. And I looked into the Miss America program. When I was younger, I wasn't totally like out of the arts and whatnot, music and whatever. I wasn't totally like out of it. I did do choir growing up. Of course, I acted in plays. But so I had that kind of background. When you're little, God bless my parents. They put me and my sisters in everything. We wanted to try everything: sports, dancing, music, acting. Like we were those girls. Me and my two sisters, two sisters and myself. So I would say this is where the pageants came in. When I transferred to Temple, I love meeting people. I love to network. I wanted to reconnect with the city of Philadelphia. From my view on Temple's campus, I had the best view of the skyline. And it kind of gives you FOMO when you're not part of that. And mind you, I think, how old was I at the time? I was 20. So I just had my 20th birthday. And I remembered I had a vocal coach when I was little. I was very little because, again, I did choir. She was a former Miss Philadelphia. She was Miss Philadelphia 2000. Her name was Kate. And my mom remembered Kate being a former Miss Philadelphia, and she and we kind of like discussed it a little bit. And I thought that this was just so ridiculous. Me going after Miss Philadelphia, like I'm the tomboy. I played sports, every sport under the frickin' sun. I was not ever in a pageant. So I thought, okay, let's commit to it. Let's just have some fun. It's a great, I did my research on Miss America. It's one of the number one scholarship program for young women. And the winner of Miss America actually wins $50,000. The winner of Miss Philadelphia at the time, she won $10,000 for school. Okay. How could you not want to like try out for that? Right. So I thought, okay, you got to do swimsuit. I was like, okay, I'm confident, but not that kind of confident. And okay, the purpose for the swimsuit is to really like showcase your health and your confidence. Yeah. I'm in a bikini in front of like families, so that was a little intimidating. But I thought, okay, here I am at the Jersey Shore in a bikini in front of families. Like that was how I like mentally like prepped myself for that. So of course you did swimsuit, and then we did the talent. My talent was, of course, I did like a classical soprano song, an Italian song. Okay. And you had to answer a question and of course champion a cause. So the causes that I really championed when I was Miss Philly, and surprisingly I won, but I really championed women's health and our veterans and their veteran communities, and Children's Hospital of the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. So I did a lot of events with CHOP. Those are the main things that I really pushed for Miss Philadelphia. To my surprise, I won. And I guess I didn't do anything special. I didn't know the politics of pageants. And I think what the judges appreciated was that. And I heard at the time, a lot of the girls, they've been doing it for years. And that's the thing. You keep going back until you get it. And I think that's incredible. Right. And plus, too, you meet so many great women doing that. So to my surprise, I won. And I got to be Miss Philadelphia for that whole year. And in return, I got $10,000 in scholarship money, which came in handy, let me tell you.
That's awesome.
It was
a crazy experience. I had no clue that's like what went into those pageants in general. Like I had no clue at all.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah. So how did that benefit you like get onward, like with network, with just your image in general, with school, with the money, like did that kind of set up your career and like early life? Like it was a big benefit.
It was, that's a great question. It gave me a lot of great exposure. And I think that's what I really wanted. Like, how can I get the most exposure in the shortest amount of time? And when you're Miss Philly, you've got nothing but exposure. Right. And this was the year 2013. 2013 was a very interesting time for social media. That was when people were starting to experiment with posting for a purpose rather than just to post random things that you're doing on Instagram. And Instagram had a totally different aesthetic back then. Yeah. So I would say I did the most. I mean, it really put me in front of the whole city. I was at so many incredible charity events. I immediately jumped on a media tour. So I was on NBC 10. I did an interview with PHL 17, CBS 3, Fox 29, 6 ABC. I was there. I was on every media channel. And of course, doing things with the Phillies and the Eagles, like being on the Jumbotron. I mean, I'm having like, there's a little crown on my head and I'm wearing a sash. And of course, me being Italian, I got to stand on a really cool Fiat for this Christopher Columbus Day Parade. That was incredible. And I met so many wonderful people doing that. And that was 365 days, mind you. So, of course, a lot of exposure there. And then from all that exposure came the calls like, hey, Francesca, you know, why don't you come and look into doing television for this morning show? And that was the PHL 17 morning show, which launched 2015. So a lot of exposure brought a lot of opportunities. And then from there, I went on to do traffic for, I think, a year and a half over at NBC 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So sick.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was fun. And I love this city. I love the people of this city. And it's such a neighborhood town, like, and people like know each other.
Yeah.
And it's Philly, man. Like, that's the best way to describe it. And yeah, I'm a Bucks County kid. Sure, people are like, oh, she's from Bucks County. I went to Temple. I lived on campus. I worked in the city. I did work for the city. And you know what? I wasn't choosy about which charities or which neighborhoods that I went to. I wanted to be the people's Miss Philly. And you know, everybody, all the girls, when if you become Miss Philadelphia, you could do whatever you want. You can choose to do certain charity events. You could choose to do galas. You could choose. I did the hospitals. I did the galas. I went to the schools. I went to the projects, South Philly, Kensington. I went everywhere. I didn't care. I didn't care where or who or what you looked like. I was there because I just love people so much. Yeah.
It's awesome. It's kind of like you were talking about like LA earlier, like how how it contrasts with like the East Coast. Like the musician I work for or I play for now. Like I said, his name's Chris Rafter. He's 29. He's like your age-ish, obviously.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
But no, he has like a very similar story. Like he went out to LA. He did the music thing in LA. Now he's back here. He's like repping the Philly thing hard. He doesn't know if Philly's like the place for music, but like. Yeah, it's like the same. It's the same type of vibe where it's like nothing beats like the East Coast. Like it's a totally different vibe, totally different, you know, toxicity out in LA. Like,
right.
Talk about it. What's your experience?
I have a theory, but before I get to that theory, I've had an itch I've been wanting to scratch so damn hard with LA. I knew I always wanted to go to LA. I had this need to go out and feel for it.
Yeah.
After I debuted on NBC 10, the VP at 6 ABC gave me a call and I did an in-person interview with 6 ABC. And I was really close with a few of the news anchors who are still there. I won't name them. I'm still very close with them. At an event, I told them what happened and they said to me, you know what? You got to just go out to LA and figure it out. You have to just scratch that itch. Because, you know, based on what they told me verbatim, they're closet thespians. These are, you know, creative news anchors who also do theater on the side because they love it. They love it. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's, you know, theater, we're all creative by nature. We as human beings, we're just creative by nature. Like, look at you, you're hosting a podcast. We want to do things that are creative. Right. Golf content is creative. In a way, being a news anchor can be creative. You can create your own stories and your own packages and you put together and the way you creatively connect with the community is through the way you do journalism. Yeah. We all have that desire to be creative. And I think people need to, if you're listening to this and you have something creative or like a creative vision that you want to take on, just do it. So so there's that. They gave me this kind of like pseudo blessing. Go out and check out LA. And if you ever want to come back and be a news anchor, fine, we'll figure it out. So I moved out to something, you know, NBC 10 that kind of like no longer played out. I was part-time and, my hours were lessening and I took this as an opportunity to just fully commit to the East Coast. I was dating somebody at the time and I just, you know, he was amazing, but like I knew I really wanted to go out to LA. Like nothing was stopping me. from going to LA. So I moved out to LA June of 2018. I had no idea what I was doing out there, but I made it work, and I wanted to put myself in proximity with the best people. So I moved to the first place. I mean, I was in the West Hollywood area, and guess what jobs I was picking up in Los Angeles. And I have no ego. I don't care how this looks. My first job, I was cleaning the Equinox gym. I was cleaning the gym, and I was a VIP host for 2 of Beverly Hills' top exclusive restaurants. For me, it was all about getting in front of as many people as possible. Yeah, like to go from, and mind you, I was 25 at the time, so to go from being a news anchor to cleaning a gym, it's the hardest thing for your ego. And I don't tell anybody this, but it's fact. I didn't care though. Like I took every job I had with stride, and I learned to remove all pride and just like accept it. So I mean, I met a lot of cool people in LA, a lot of cool celebrities, a lot of cool music producers, film producers, directors. And I learned by networking how to produce movies. And I learned the politics behind producing movies. Yes, the industry has changed dramatically. It has changed. And the word on the street is that the industry is leaving LA. This is fact. Netflix is building a $1 billion studio in Jersey. And one fun example that I always say, you've got Rob Lowe. He flew all the way to Ireland for a reality game show. So the industry is changing, and everything is digitized, you know? So I spent 7 years out there networking and learning the business. I mean, the second I came home, and I decided to move home this May, the fires. LA will never be the same. And where I lived, I felt that, you know, there's the Palisades. I lived in the West Hollywood, Beverly Hills area. When I went back there after the holiday break, it was that you could still feel and see this layer of ash. And, you know, I don't want to turn into a health statistic. Like I fear that in like 5 to 10 years. So the water quality is not the same. The businesses are not the same. And it really is a shame. But, you know, this is nothing new to LA. Like LA can bounce back from wars. It can bounce back from up and down economies. I just believe that LA will bounce back from this. And, you know, that community is incredible out there. So I spent 7 years out there in that area networking. And from there, you know, we produced our first movie. I got really close with a lot of awesome, successful creatives, and I just learned the business, and that was my goal. So now I took what I learned. I can take what I learned living in LA, and I can apply it wherever I want. But for me, I knew I always kind of wanted to move home to LA, and I've had a friend out there who said to me, "Oh, you still have your PA license. You should change it." And I said, "I don't think so." And I knew that already, like living a year. Already living a year out there in LA. I'm trying to think what else. Oh yeah. So earlier I said I have this theory with people who move to LA from the East Coast. Whenever I was out and about in the Los Angeles, West Hollywood, Beverly Hills, Santa Monica area, wherever I was, which was very limited because I didn't have a car. I was Ubering everywhere. I gravitated towards East Coast people, and East Coast people gravitated towards me. My best girlfriend out there, she's from Boston. You know, like it's kind of like your energy, it's your vibe. So my theory is people who move out to Los Angeles from the East Coast, they eventually find their way back to the East Coast. And this was something that I was telling you earlier, because I believe the East Coast is more family oriented. We prioritize our faith more. So to me, faith is everything. And the vibe and the overall, I guess, the overall vibe of East Coast living is family. And you come back, applied what you learned living in LA, you apply it in obviously coming back home to the East Coast, and you apply what you learned and you expand and you start a family and you meet a special person. I mean, I'm 32, I'm single. I would love to meet somebody. I tried dating in LA. It was not for me because the theory is Philly's a niche city. You know, you attract the burbs, Delaware, South Jersey, Maryland. It's a niche city. Los Angeles, New York, these are worldly cities. They attract the world's best and the world's worst. You have no idea who you're going to see or who you're going to meet or what you're going to get, in all honesty.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure.
Does that make sense?
It makes total sense. Yeah.
Right.
It's a great observation. I could see myself doing the LA thing. Like, I've been out to LA, like, as a visitor. It's sick.
Right.
It's awesome. It's like everything you see in the movies. But like,
Right.
I don't know. Like, I've heard so many horror stories about just like once you get out there, once you start working there, it's so hard to make it. Like this summer, I had a guest on the pod back in spring who's a big musician out in LA. I was like, "Yo, I'll come film you." He said like he had a spot for me to stay in LA. It was at I'm not gonna say her name. It was at some model's house. Had an extra room. It was gonna be a very crazy story, and it's like
No, I love
it's like
it.
someone you
I got
know. I'm not
crazy
gonna
stories.
say her name, but it's like someone you would know.
Say it.
I
Who
cannot
cares?
drop.
One,
It's-
two, three, say it.
I can't drop it.
Okay. I tried.
But like, it was like, yo, she's got an extra room for you. I'm best friends with her. We live next to each other. I thought about
Is
it.
it like an OnlyFans model?
Yeah.
Is it Bonnie Blue?
No,
Okay.
but like on that level, which is crazy.
Wait a second. Oh wait, was it like that one girl that went viral for making like 40 million a year?
No, but like trust me, it's on that level. It's on that level.
I don't
I'm not
know
dropping names.
OnlyFans.
This isn't an OF podcast. No, but so anyway, I was gonna go out there. I was thinking about it. It would have been cool. It just wasn't the right time. I was busy with summer here. I was living the PA life. I was living the Jersey Shore life.
That's what you do this summer.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
eventually, I could see it happening. But I don't see myself building a career there at all, without a doubt.
It's difficult to build anything there. If this were like the 90s, early 2000s, that was the place to be. Hollywood was buying up scripts. I mean, they were pouring money into projects. Now it's kind of like this new standard. You have to bring a director, actors attached, a ready to go script and money into your own project. And then it'll be like, okay, we'll package it for you. No problem. What? Like, that's the politics.
Right.
Like let's say I want a role, right? And they'll put you through crazy auditions. But let's say you have, like, let's say I wrote a check for like 10 grand. Here's 10 grand. I want this role. They'll be like, okay, no problem. Money talks, which is like, it's standard. It's not neither here nor there. This isn't a bad thing that I'm saying. It's just money does talk. And that's, if I were to give somebody advice on moving to LA, be aware of that. Learn the politics of the industry, fake it till you make it, and get some kind of digital media going, whether it's a podcast, YouTube channel, TikTok. Find some kind of digitized platform and just run with it. Because casting now, they look, okay, is she verified? Oh, does she have subscribers? Oh, does she have a following? Oh, okay. Like, I've gotten, when I wasn't constantly posting on TikTok, and I amounted a pretty good following before it became really difficult to blow up on TikTok. I was getting work or offers or opportunities for work based on my following, which to me says everything right there.
Yeah.
Everything right there.
Yeah.
And it was to me at the time a dead TikTok account. I wasn't posting because I didn't know what to post.
Right.
Because I want to post golf content, but I can't over there because there's not a whole lot. There's no golf culture out there. Basically.
Yeah. I want to move on from college, but I have one last question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just for college, like, do you think college limited your creativity while in college, or did you do a good job managing it outside of the classroom?
Did it limit my creativity? No.
Okay.
Yes and no. What do you mean by that? Did it limit my creativity?
All right, you're in a journalism class and you're doing on-air journalism, like you're practicing on-air, off-air, writing, like how they want you to do it. Did you feel limited by that, like in the classroom environment?
You know what? Yes and no. We didn't have ChatGPT at the time, so we were writing everything, of course. I would say college, those courses specifically, gave me the work ethic that I can apply towards my creativity and how I put together content.
Okay.
I was doing these classes. These are my night classes, my production on air classes or performance on air classes. I even took a performance on air class right after I would do a shift at like PHL 17. So,
Yeah.
but the thing is, I didn't want to go into these classes like I knew everything. I
Right.
don't know everything. And I understand that these professors, I was, obviously, okay, they were like a PA for, or a PA for like, maybe 6 ABC back in the day. Okay. They probably got lucky one year, was a producer, but then got whatever. So these were hit or miss careers. But I always take, I really do my best to be a sponge in classes like that. And even though I was getting paid to do the work that they were teaching me to do, I did not want to appear like I knew everything in front of that class. So I just, you take it with a grain of salt. I did not feel like my creativity was limited. I felt that they taught me a discipline.
Yeah.
I became more disciplined with my work ethic. And it's not just that too, like the papers I had to write, that was my college experience. Okay, Francesca, you got to do, and meeting deadlines. There was this culture around meeting deadlines, being a news anchor back then, and also doing those classes. Hey, Francesca, 10-page paper. You've got 2-3 days. Thursday, 11:59 p.m. Make sure this paper's turned in. And he's giving me this assignment, like professor would give me from Temple, would give me an assignment, or this assignment like on a Tuesday or something.
Yeah.
So it was more about like just the work ethic and being disciplined and just more so than creativity.
Yeah, that's interesting.
It's a good question.
So like overall, like how many
Yes.
movies have you been involved with in production, on screen, whatever?
Yeah, no, I've done. So I was an AP for my first film, which shot in, we casted in 2019, and it's called Love Me Dead with RJ Mitty from Breaking Bad and Dove Cameron. It's this psychiatric thriller. It's a fun movie I got to be part of, and COVID really slowed things down for this movie. Finally, this year, it just got to Cannes, and it did pretty well at Cannes. But that was like 6 years, though, had to go by. And the director, he has a studio. He has the resources and the connections. That, for him, was a 6-year ordeal. Can you imagine for other producers and directors and writers who are limited with resources? You can really see how COVID really, it just pushed back a lot of creativity.
Right.
And everybody fell behind. Doesn't matter really at what level you were in. But that was a fun experience. And then I was in a few Lifetime movies, which was fun. Just small little roles here and there. But even too, so that was LA, but also too out here in Philly, there is this like community of actors and creatives. And I was recently on set for a film in the South Jersey area, and a few of the actors from that film were on The Sopranos. So the joke is, with like New York, South Jersey, especially within the Italian American cinematic community, like the top of our pyramid are all the Soprano actors, and then you just meet everybody from there on out, the casting directors, the producers, the writers, other independent Italian directors. So it's like we find each other. It's incredible.
That's cool.
And that was the same case for living in the West Hollywood, Beverly Hills area when I was in LA. You just, meet your kind of people. Like you can't help it. You can't help it. So, yeah.
Without a doubt. And then I saw you were at the Golden Globes.
I was at the Golden Globes.
How was that experience? Anything crazy?
I pretty much met everybody. I would say I met everybody, and it's all about right place and right time. It's all about proximity for Los Angeles. Case in point, I was at, where was I? I was watching an Eagles game at an Eagles bar on 3rd Street, which I'm sad that closed down. But the people who owned it and frequented there, like Leo DiCaprio would frequent at this Eagles bar, and the cast and crew of Entourage would frequent there, and they would watch a lot of those games there. So I got there and I met an individual. He's a street artist, a very successful street artist, and his art is all over the world. we met, we connected, we bonded on just the love for the Philadelphia Eagles. Again, it just follows you, you know. And he's a huge Eagles fan, but he's not from Philly, so I loved that. And he invited me to a party at the Chateau, Chateau Marmont, and it's in like the West Hollywood area. But I met people there from Hollywood Foreign Press who gave me tickets to go to the Golden Globes after parties. And that's kind of like how it happened. It's really all about proximity. And you also have to talk to people. You can't just show up and look a certain way thinking that people are going to come to you. No, you have to talk to people. So again, there's community within being an Eagles fan too, all over the world.
Yeah, go Birds.
Go Birds. So I got to the Golden Globes because this is another funny story because I'm an Eagles fan. So at the Golden Globes, the after party, it was the Netflix after party. They were showing the Eagles game. It was Eagles versus Chicago. It was us versus Chicago. This was when, remember, we had that field goal and it like hit the goalpost.
Cody Parkey.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am watching this live, and there's Idris Elba, there's Taylor Swift, and there's all these celebrities who I would probably like freak the F over trying to like, but the game was on and we just won that game. And here I am in this white, like tight, like I felt really pretty. Like I was in this amazing dress and I'm just jumping up and down with a cocktail in my hand and I'm screaming up at the top of my lungs in a very classy fashion. We won, let's go. And I looked around and like, I'm telling you, I got the worst stares, but it was so much fun for me.
Worth it.
That's
Good
me
story.
though.
Yeah.
But that was so much fun for me. And I had the best night meeting everybody. I was talking to Laura Dern. I was like, oh my God, the Birds won. And they go, the who? And I go, never mind. It was a crazy night.
Yeah.
It was wild.
Are you a T Swift fan?
Damn right I am. Love story.
Are you ready for the marriage? That's why I'm mentioning it.
Yes. I also have to give a shout
As
out.
much as it pains me to be
Stop
talking
it.
about
Don't be
Taylor
that
Swift
way.
right now. Come on.
No. Don't be that way. Come on. Don't be that way. You got to be happy for other people.
I'm happy for
Come on.
the divorce album's gonna get crazy, but other
Stop it.
No.
Stop it. I'll say this though. Taylor, my sister Carla just got engaged to her now fiance. They've been together for 2 years. And then the day after that, Taylor Swift and Travis got engaged. So my sister we're sharing on this engagement experience. She's sharing this engagement experience with Taylor. So I'm very happy for
There you
her.
go.
Yeah. You got to be happy for them.
I'm happy for him.
And we just got to, I don't want to put it out there, but it would be a really good album, a divorce album.
I'm a big John Mayer fan, so
John Mayer's great.
John Mayer is great.
Love his music.
Getting back into Philly,
Yes.
because we were just talking about birds. Like
Yes.
obviously, the Philly golf is so great around here. There's so much. Top 5
Tons.
Philly courses. Can you give us a top 5 Philly courses right
Oh my
now?
gosh. Okay. Okay. Aronimink. I was just there. Surprisingly, they invited me back. Like, Lookaways has to be up there. Philly Cricket Club. Green Valley's got to be up there. But no particular order. I'll give it to Penn Oaks because I was just there today.
You gotta show the Penn Oaks love today.
Yeah.
Make them proud.
I know. That was really tough.
What?
That was really tough
the
naming
top
5. But I couldn't give you a particular order. They're all, yeah.
We
they're
used
all
to do
really
like
good.
a top 5 on the podcast where we'd go through like 5, 4, 3, but
Oh, okay.
can't too much.
No, you can. It's so hard. Oh, yeah, but Aronimink is up there. I will be playing Philadelphia Country Club the 12th. So right after the holiday.
There you
We're
go.
playing Manufacturers tomorrow, so I'm excited to
Okay.
see that.
Best of luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Of course, my notes just died here, so now I'm going strictly memory here. But we're good. We're gonna stick in this. I got it. I might cut that out.
You should probably plug it in.
I don't have my charger's upstairs. I'm not gonna deal with it. We're good.
Okay, sounds good.
We're great at improv. Over here.
Oh boy.
I was gonna talk about like health, fitness, fashion.
Yes.
Like where you get your influences from. I saw in one of your YouTube videos you were talking about like you cut out seed oils, like stuff like that.
Oh my God, yeah.
Tell us about that.
Oh my gosh.
I just did a cold plunge for the first time the
How
other
was
day.
that?
Speaking on the fitness stuff, It's crazy. I have a full other. So I know the owner of this gym in Westchester. Shout out Tyler at the Fitness Factory. And then I'm part of this run club every Saturday morning in Westchester.
Yeah.
It's a great community. There's like 10, 15 people show up. We like do a quick run. We get coffee. So I connected them with the gym owner, and he opened up like his saunas and his cold plunges to us. 41 degrees. It was like 7:30 in the morning after the run, and it was like it's just like have you done them?
I've done one cold plunge
before. It's just
before.
shocking. Like it's like it physically got like painful. Like you literally start to feel pain, start to feel like you're getting tingly. When you get out, like your legs are like weak because it's so like you're so in shock.
Insane.
Like, but then you get in the sauna.
And
great.
people do this for fun.
But like I
do?
see what you feel so good after. You do feel
BS. Great. Okay, I did the cold plunge once. I timed it out. I was with some friends, and my first thought, I mean, this is an opening to my brain and how it works. My first thought was, I felt so bad for those people in the Titanic. This can't be it.
That is what I thought too. That is literally what I thought.
Bad.
It's so bad.
It's bad.
Like I have a full appreciation for like hypothermia and like cold water now.
That is a thought I would never hear anybody say.
It is crazy. It is crazy.
I remember that monologue of I guess Jack telling Rose how it feels like knives, thousands of knives piercing your body. Yes. It was so unbelievably painful, and I can't imagine why people do it for fun. I don't like it. But yeah, we cut the seed oils out.
Yeah, how was that?
It was good. I struggled with acne as a kid. So when I made that cut, I noticed a huge significant difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm telling you, that was a big difference for me. And for the most part, I cook with olive oil, like extra virgin olive oil and butter. And we went back to like some really good dairy, and you know, we cleared everything up. But
awesome.
Seed oils, yeah, they're no joke. And I know more people are talking about it now too. So
yeah, of course, more than ever. And then tell us how you got your idea for like the Philly course. What it says about you, because that's how I found your content. And you said you're still working on that series.
Yeah.
It's performing great.
Yeah.
Tell us about it. I mean, it's pretty straightforward, the videos.
I couldn't tell you. Okay. I played a lot of these courses too. And I've been playing since I was obviously like really young. And, you know, I thought of the typical member. Like I was thinking of the stereotypical member and where these courses are located and the culture behind these courses. And then I thought of just this series, and a lot of these jokes are mine. Like I do use ChatGPT to organize the jokes. So like for example, I got a tip from when I was playing at Aronimink, the gentleman who invited me, and I won't say names. He was saying, you should really do South Jersey. I said, why? He goes, well, I'm a member at Pine Valley. So he knows golf courses. So he said, he was like testing out my humor a little bit. And he goes, all right, so let's just say that these two courses, course A, you know, it's Jewish heavy, and this course is not. But they're close to each other. So my brain goes, oh, there's an Old Testament parting of the sea reference right there. He was cracking up. And then and he goes, well, what do you think about this course? You know, anybody can get on. I said, okay, credit card and a pulse, then you're good. Like, it's just my brain, it's quick like that. I don't know. And sometimes, look, is it getting me into trouble? Yes and no. That's why I put disclaimer, entertainment purposes only. But it's just been so fun. And, you know, I'm getting requests in my DMs. Oh, you didn't roast us enough. And I'm like, bro, it's not a roast. Like, we're just having fun here. Yeah. And, you know, I have some friends and family who are members at a lot of these courses too. So I have a cousin who's a member at White Marsh. Won't say names. And like, I think about him, and I think about what he typically wears. And I think about his typical style and the community that he surrounds himself with, and I'll multiply that by 20, and I'll parody that a little bit. So I made a joke about how every dad who goes to White Marsh probably has a photo of them posing next to Brian Dawkins in their basement bar. It's specific, it's funny, but it's niche, but it's like relatable, because you can picture all those guys who live in that area. They have the basement bar, they have the Eagles. Paraphernalia is not the word. What's the word? Memorabilia. I just said paraphernalia. Do you see how my brain works? They've got the Eagles memorabilia around their bar, and of course, one of them has to at least have a photo with Brian Dawkins.
Of course.
So like that's just, and again, where did it all come from? I have no idea. It's just how my brain likes to play. We're a little whimsical up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How would you say your content's like evolved over time?
I would say that's a really good question. You're really good at these questions. Okay.
Thank
I
you.
would say while I was living in Los Angeles, I thought, okay, I needed to be like all the influencers. So the poses, the lifestyle stuff, the candid stuff, the getting your nails done, like the makeup. I really tried to like be one of those girls. And I noticed that I'm trying to make content that will appeal for the rest of the world. And that's not the easiest thing to do, because LA is kind of like front and stage when it comes to creativity and media for the rest of the world. Whatever happens in LA, people see it from all over the world. They're going to dictate it. So, I had to compete with that, and that wasn't really working for me. And also I didn't feel confident in who I was and who I was becoming while living out there. And I really struggled with how much I should show on my social media. I also kind of like reconnected with my faith a little bit too. So I was born and raised Catholic. I'm cradle Catholic. And I really reconnected with my faith living in Los Angeles. And that city they will chew you up and spit you out.
Yeah.
And you really need to ground yourself in faith. You got to believe in something. So when I reconnected with my faith, I thought, let me put faith content out there. Let's try this. And that did pretty well for a while. I had a video. Yeah, it did very well. I had a video that went viral on TikTok. It got over 4 million views at the time. This was like 2012, 2020, no, not 2012, scratch that. This was 2022, 2023. And I thought, okay, let's do this faith narrative. And that worked for a while. However, it was a little hostile. The faith community is very judgy. And, to my surprise, I got a lot of backlash, not from Catholics, not from Jews or Muslims. It was difficult to get past that judgmental barrier of like the atypical Christian. And look, not harping on anybody. It is what it is. I'm speaking my truth here. Like this is my personal experience trying to find my way through content creation. So the faith content kind of died down a little bit because it's a little judgy and hostile. And then it also, when you're scrolling through Christian content, and I'm going to say this because a lot of people can relate to this. You as a Christian, you as a believer, you go through your content and you're hearing people saying, the Holy Spirit told me. Oh, but the Holy Spirit told me. Oh, but I had this dream. Oh, I had this dream. And you're kind of like, well, you feel a little FOMO. You start to feel a little bad or unworthy that the Holy Spirit, quote unquote, isn't talking to you, but talking to this creator. And this creator is telling you what to do and how to believe and what to believe and what to pray. It's a lot. So we decided to put that aside for a little bit. And then when I came back, I reconnected with my game. I reconnected with the city. And in a way, golf, sports and faith kind of go hand in hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You see so many athletes talk about faith in interviews, pregame, postgame, everything.
Of course. And I can't think of how many times where God has showed up for me on the golf course, and also to my journey with the game and where I'm at now. So what I also noticed too with golf, people are eager to learn. Women are eager to learn. Let's make that content and let's have fun doing it.
Yeah.
So we started out with, and I love doing, I don't want to say rage baiting, but I love thinking of exciting hooks. So for example, I saw a video of a lady golfer. She's a pro, and she was talking about the importance of keeping your arms close to your body as a girl. You don't want to have your arms out because when you take the club back, there's more room for error. And she was going through that instruction. I loved that. So I thought, wait a second. My brain thought, oh wait, as she's putting her arms close to her body, she's kind of like cradling her girls a little bit. She's like, she's supporting her girls here. So I made a video about the importance of showing cleavage. And I put, but it was a good golf tip with the way I showed it.
Clever hook.
Yeah. So I put a clever hook and I threw the name like Paige Sporanic. And she is known for like pinup influencer golf. That's her brand. Yeah. And it works for her, and it's, to each their own. So I thought, okay, cleavage golf, she's really like cupping her girls down here, and like you see Paige, you see Paige, but she's a great golfer. So I thought there's something here. And I've always kept my arms close to my body because I was taught when you look at an ice dancer and they're rotating through, they're rotating, their arms aren't far from their body. Their arms are close to their body. So I was taught that. I was instructed that. And it makes sense to me to keep your arms close to your body. So I created a video saying the word cleavage, saying the word page sporadic. I'm actually like showing, like quote unquote, showing my cleavage, but like obviously I'm wearing something like you can't tell. And it turns out like that video did very well, but that video was kind of like for the girls. Yeah. Then I did a video explaining why, hey girlfriends, hey girls, it's not that hard. This is why your man, you're a husband, your fiance, your boyfriend, this is why they love golf. So I made a video for the guys. So those two videos were doing really well. And then from there I was like, okay, let's incorporate, like, I guess you could say I have a sense of humor. So let's incorporate that shtick that I have. Let's put it into something that's more niche, and let's pull in the community onto your page. So that's what we're doing now. And this series has just been so much fun. The feedback, I have to say, has been the best. Yeah, it's
awesome.
It's been fun.
Yeah, like golf is become like more and more of an influencer sport, which I see more and more people every day. They're like shrink the game. Because people is like, you'll see like dumb stuff. You'll see like my high school. It's like it'll be like my high school friends like flip a golf cart or something. It's like videos like that. You know what I mean?
Cow,
Everyone's like shrink the game. No,
and you watch them.
It's funny.
Like,
it's funny. But
we're watching these videos, and you got to give Bryson DeChambeau some credit here.
So many.
He really like made golf like influencer fun, and there's a lot of brands that are also appealing to like more of a younger crowd, Gen Z. But I still want to see more girls playing golf.
Yeah. So many influencers, like Full Swing on Netflix has done wonders. Bryson DeChambeau, like who else? I mean, Happy Gilmore too just came out.
Good, yeah.
Did you watch Happy Gilmore too? Did you like it?
I loved it.
Me too. I loved it. People like.
I loved it.
I was like, people are giving it like the hardest critique ever. I'm like, guys, like, did we forget what Happy Gilmore is about? Like, did we forget what Adam Sandler's about? Like, people are like, oh, it's like people are like mad that like. I'm not gonna spoil it, but like people are mad at like the start of the movie and stuff. I'm like, dude, like that's like the humor. Ugh. That's the funniest part of the movie. I was cracking up.
And these are probably the same people who are commenting in my comment section saying, "You can't spell golf mills. You're too poor to afford these clubs. You'll never get invited." And it's like, first off, okay, I have a story. That reminds me. While I was at Aronimink, I met 2 or 3 individuals who said, you spelled our course wrong. It's Aronimink, not Aronimink. Oh, okay, and they were lecturing me on that.
Mainline stuff.
Right. So I just sat there all composed. I just got off the golf course. I played very well, by the way. I just got off the golf course. And I said, oh, did you know I misspelled it on purpose? They said, no, you didn't. That's weird. Why would you do that? I said, well, I misspelled Aronimink on purpose as Aronimink, I-C-K, because I know you guys would go ahead and comment and give me that engagement. Same thing with Golf Mills.
There you go.
Their jaws were on that polished, stylish, gorgeous floor. Okay, that was. They were like stunned, and I said, it's just a tactic, and you guys fell for it, but that's okay. So then the guy said, he like, the walls came down. He shook my hand. He goes, respect. That's cool. All right, I'm going to follow you. And I was like, no, you're not. Like, it's okay. It's funny. But no, it was a good time. But I couldn't agree more. I loved Happy Gilmore, and there should be a Happy Gilmore 3. And that's the thing with Adam Sandler. Like, when he creates, everybody eats.
It's so funny. Mm-hmm. And all the cameos are great.
They're so good. What was your favorite cameo? Like, who'd you thought was amazing in that movie?
There's so many. I mean, the whole room where it's like just all the PGA guys with like Travis Kelce as the server. Like that was cool.
That was insane.
But like there's so many. There's so many.
Bad Bunny was great in that.
Bad Bunny, Eminem,
I know, like so random.
Crazy. But yeah, so what's the future look like for your content, for you personally, everything, goals?
That's a really good question. And I've had somebody ask me, what are you trying to get out of this content? I don't have any like long-term goals for this, but of course I would love to do this full time. That's the goal. But I'm going to finish out this series. I'm probably going to do 2 or 3 more videos with this. But I guess the overall goal is to just reconnect with the golf community in Philadelphia. It's a great community.
Yeah.
connect with brands, and there's a lot of great startups and a lot of creators that are creatives in this in the Philly golf community who are behind some incredible brands who would love to connect with me, which I don't know why, but that's great. I would love to. So long term, yeah, just keep pumping out the content and kind of like see where it goes. I try not to put expectations on anything. I don't, but just stay present, and I guess that's that's really it. Yeah.
Of course. Love it. I'm trying to think if I have anything else you want to touch on. You got anything else you want to touch on before we wrap this up?
What do you think? I would love to talk about, I'm trying to think. You have a sister. I have sisters. Girls in golf. Kind of like more about, I guess. Have you noticed like a difference with when you were playing, when I was younger, with the number of girls that were playing versus now? Like if we could maybe do a little nod to like encouraging more women to play, I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, like more like middle school, high school age. Like I think if like you could incorporate that like at a young age, obviously. Like one of my good friends who I played hockey with was a girl, and I met her at a golf camp like in middle school, and she's a phenomenal golfer. She beat all the guys, and like she was great. She was awesome. So just like yeah, the world of women's golf could definitely be expanded.
Right, and there's some underserved markets in the women and women's golf space, and I feel the ages. It's a huge gap between 25 and huge range between 25 and like 65. There's a community of golfers who want to learn, and also like the lifestyle of the country club girl or the girl who wants to empower herself through golf. I mean, my dad said to me, he knew he wanted to get me in golf. He didn't think it was going to stick for me, but it has opened up so many doors for me. And 10 years ago, when I was even more serious with it, yeah, there weren't a lot of girls playing. And getting back into it more now, I still don't think there's enough women playing. So I also teach. I teach golf.
Okay.
I have 2 female students. One is a pro tennis player. I also do FaceTime lessons as well. That's, just as effective. And then this other girl that I teach, she's very young. She said her boyfriend bought her clubs. And I'm like, where are these girls finding these guys to buy them clothes? Like, I'm in the market for a new driver. Anyways, so I'm teaching her, and she told me very clear what her expectations are. She really wants to learn. And it's so empowering. I look, it has opened up a lot of doors for me without me even realizing. I got to really bond with my dad because he's an avid golfer. The scholarship opportunities, networking. The girl that I'm teaching, she's in finance, and she said verbatim, I am in finance. I go to Villanova. I saw your TikTok. I want to learn, and I really need to hold my own out there with all the guys. And I thought, wow, yeah, right on. Let's do this. I think more women should be playing golf and picking up the sport of golf. And if you're a father and you have young daughters, I think the way to go would be golf.
Yeah.
And, it's empowering, and the community is incredible, and you learn golf etiquette, you learn patience. And in many ways, I believe that the sport mimics life. Like, you look at that golf course, it's synonymous with the ups and downs of life too. So there's a lot of great life lessons you can learn with the game.
Definitely, without a doubt. Have you seen the one cart girl on TikTok? I think there's like 2 or 3. I see this one girl all the time on Instagram. That's
Blonde?
I feel like she's a brunette. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Maybe not. I feel like I've seen both. I don't know. I always see like cart girl TikToks because that's there's a couple big. There's like probably 2 or 3 big cart girl influencers.
Yes.
And it's always like the craziest videos ever, but they're always funny.
Isn't it funny?
Yeah.
Do you know the history of the cart girl? The history of that golf cart experience?
No.
It was started out, so back in the day when the Rat Pack would go out and play golf, they would play golf at all these crazy courses like Bel Air.
Okay.
I don't know about Brentwood, but like Bel Air was perfect. They actually would go out, Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra, they would go out on the course and pass out beverages to all their friends. That was like their shtick. And it kind of like took on and kind of like manifested into this thing, and now every course, for the most part, country club course has a cart girl
That's funny.
because of the Rat Pack.
That's hilarious.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I just recently learned that.
But yeah, the world of golf is super open.
Wait, also, and an Italian created at the time it was a niplick, but it was a sand iron, Gene Sarazen.
Okay.
Right, yeah,
okay.
does that name sound familiar?
Yeah.
We're pretty innovative people.
The Italians. Yeah, I mean, I'm 25%. My pop is Salvatore Barbuccio. So,
Holy cow.
yeah, so like he's off the boat, like his family, but yeah,
That's
And so,
amazing.
super Italian Catholic on my mom's side of the family.
Love it. What part of Italy is your grandfather from? Do you know?
Super poor Italy. Like obviously that's why they
Oh, good.
immigrated. Like that's why a lot of people like.
That's
it
why
was
they
like
came
Ellis
here.
Island. Yeah.
That's why they came here.
Calabria.
Calabria,
um,
yep. Okay.
I think the town was Cosenza.
Okay.
But yeah.
Mhm.
So.
Wait a second. My grandmother is from Calabria,
Okay.
and my mom was born in Abruzzo.
Okay. Is that in? Where's that at?
Abruzzo's 2 hours east of Rome,
Okay.
so that's more central. But Calabria is southern. Yeah.
Dude, I really want to go to Italy.
Get your ass
I'm trying
over
to
there.
book a trip. I was in Paris like 2 months ago.
Ew, gross.
I did have a great time in Paris.
No, you didn't.
But
Get to Italy.
Italy, I really want to go to Italy. I'm trying to. Well, me and like 6 other guys, we're trying to name this a little entrepreneur business trip. We're trying to get to somewhere in Europe this fall. I almost pulled the trigger on booking this villa in Mykonos.
Why
for, like,
didn't you?
I mean, it's gonna happen this week or next
Okay,
week.
do
But
it.
I looked at Rome too.
Are you guys
but-
in a group chat?
It's not an official group chat, but we're gonna
Oh.
make one. We gotta make one.
What would you title that group chat?
Probably something that can't be said on the pod.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Like every group chat. No, but okay. Let's close this out. Let's close
Go
this
ahead.
out.
Okay,
The
okay.
one question I ask every single guest. I think
Alright.
we started doing this in January. I wish I started doing it
Okay.
before this. What is your advice to me?
Was my advice for you?
Yep.
Consistency. Without even thinking, I just wanted to tell you that we were talking about consistency before we started the podcast, and I think it's a great thing to wrap up for you. You're young. Be consistent with your podcast. Be consistent with showing up for your friends. Be consistent in being there for your family. And your whatever you do in life, action and consistency. I think you adapt that now and understand that now and fully embody that. 18, 19 years old, you'll be fine. A lot of people will gravitate towards you, and there will be a lot of good fruit that'll come from you.
Yeah.
Be
Appreciate
consistent. And show up.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for that advice.
You got it.
And
of
thank
course.
you for the podcast. Thank you for coming, guys. Francesca Ruscio, thank you for being here, and the Motive Podcast signing off. See you next week. Peace.